Good Tuesday morning to you. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. We're looking at a warm frontal genesis that's beginning to take place here. Some of this is just virga and dew point temperatures overlaid here. This is our storm system that's going to be tracking along a line that's going to be really across the St. Lawrence River Valley, an area of low pressure. We're going to be in the southern sector of that, the warm sector. And thus we have an area of thunderstorms that will be developing across this particular area here, especially across New York into Pennsylvania, and then shifting gradually sort of east and east-northeast eventually into Vermont this evening, while most of this activity will be in its dying legs. However, the counties of southern Rutland, Bennington, Windsor, as well as southern Windsor, and then as well as Windham County will be under the gun for some strong to locally severe thunderstorms. Right now it's more of a question mark whether they'll make it in here. It does look like this will happen fairly late, and we're talking more during the evening hours, late day through probably late evening, before a lot of these storms will be starting to die out and losing any kind of heating from surface heating from the sun. And a couple different models to look at, both the high resolution rapid refresh. And you can see a warm front with its precipitation. This is mainly light stuff. A lot of it will be virga. And then it looks like a surge moves on through and then moves east. And this is one particular model here. I'm going to get to the experimental model, which I think is a little bit more accurate on this. But you can see showers and thunderstorms. These will be the main concern here across New York State. We're talking 7 o'clock tonight. So this is going to be more or less a late event. And looking at the more experimental model here, which I think is probably handling it a little bit better. These are 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noon. We get into the afternoon now. It looks like this kind of weakens and breaks off a little bit. We'll be watching for that. And then as we get into 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, a couple isolated thunderstorm cells potentially across mainly central and northern Vermont, but these are not significant and relatively benign. However, keep your eyes on this area coming east of Lake Ontario, parts of western New York. This is going to be the main area where shower and thunderstorm activity will become strong to locally severe, and something we'll be watching for after this piece of moisture begins to shift north and the warm front begins to pull out. We get into the warm sector. So this is already 7 o'clock here. You can see these thunderstorms have blossomed fairly decently. And then by the time we get into about 8 o'clock, this is starting to move fairly rapidly into western Vermont, including the southern Champlain Valley. But I think really it's going to be an event that's going to really be across the southwestern half or 1/3. We get into 10 o'clock here, 11 o'clock, and that is midnight tonight. And then it's out of here by about 1 o'clock or so, and it should be over with. So this particular area here will see some strong shower and thunderstorm activity potentially for, I think, Bennington as well as Windham, southern Windsor, and the southern half of Rutland County. Further up to the north, I think it's going to be a little bit more benign, but something we'll have to watch. If it shifts further to the north, as this particular model suggests, western Vermont, including all of the Champlain Valley, will be affected. I think east of the Green Mountains, it will not be as active, but locally heavy rainfall, moderate to intense bursts of lightning are possible, as well as localized wind gusts greater than 45 miles per hour, mainly across the southwestern 1/3 of the state of Vermont. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.